Today I'm finally gonna have this root beer that my wife got me from the Bellingham Co-op. It is a Bear and Beaver root beer, and is made with cane sugar and yucca root extract, whatever that means. So if I like turn into a Resident Evil blob monster, just probably avoid the yucca root. What do we got? 5 trillion grams of sugar. Incredible, incredible. That's what I wanted. Food dye free, caffeine free. Okay. Distributed by Fort Worth, Texas. Incredible. Incredible. It's a pretty good root. I've had it before, so I'm overselling. I'm overselling the mystery side of things here. It's always caffeine free. You never spiked somebody's root beer with a caffeine pill just to mess with them before, really? You must go to some pretty chill parties then. I didn't have anything funny to say, so I just made that up. You win. All right, this round goes to you. This round goes to you. Okay, okay. Oh, what a day. What a day, what a day, what a day, what a day. It was actually a pretty nice day. I'm quite happy. Not much to complain about. Not much to complain about, not much to be upset about today. It's pretty chill. It's a pretty chill day. Went for a nice walk with the wife. We saw the ducks. We got to see all the ducks today. They were fantastic. They were the diving ducks. We got to see the mallards. That is pure sugar. I love it, man. I love root beer. Oh, this is some good stuff. It's really good. This is, yeah. I don't have a root beer often. That's actually been in the fridge for maybe 2 weeks. Katie was wondering why I didn't drink it. She thought I was like secretly hated it or something, and you know, I just told her I liked it the first time she got me it, and I was like, I'm waiting for the right day. It's a post Super Bowl. It's a post Super Bowl root beer, which means the sugar doesn't count, right? I can have a root beer after the Super Bowl. I'm allowed. I'm allowed. I don't think I've broken any rules or societal conventions with that take. Hey Flurry, was it a good game? Yeah, it was pretty good. It was pretty good. Seahawks, like, first half was pretty slow. Second half things kind of started to get more interesting, but Seahawks just dominated pretty much the whole way through. The offense struggled for both teams in the first half, but the Seahawks were able to get it like 4 field goals before halftime, which is kind of crazy. So they got really far ahead, even though they couldn't get into the end zone. And then as soon as the Patriots were like so far behind that they had to try and be like really aggressive, they were able to finally score. But then they had a fumble for a touchdown and a pick six. So they just buried themselves by the end of it. You have Sprite and tea. Nice. You combine those, or you mean you have tea? Sprite plus tea combo. Interesting, interesting. We have a lot of tea. So occasionally, some days I'll just make tea instead of, I don't even know what the weekly brawl is here. Can buy Terran mercenaries. Everyone gets a random Tychus. Tychus and Mensk aren't available. Okay. Big W for the world with the Hawks win, and I don't even follow sports ball. Yeah, man. Bro, Pacific Northwest, we out here. We representing. I was out at the bar. I didn't stream yesterday. I went to the brewery and just kind of hung out. Went to the brewery to hang out with my wife. You know, perks of the job. I was very, very well taken care of and very hydrated. Had a couple of Kolsch's and a Helles. It was a nice ball game. Everybody was like cheering and shouting, and like it was just really, really cool. People were hyped. People were super hyped up. People were super hyped up. Oh yeah, we get the power level up, right? That's a big thing. But yeah, so like that was just awesome. Everybody was just like shouting and cheering and going like, oh! When the fumble happened, everybody just started screaming. When the game ended, like the whole bar was chanting and shit. It was awesome. It was awesome. Just like being there for that was just very, very, very cool. So I was just chilling. I had my beer. I had some. She just gave me everything that they had for the game day menu. So I had some chips and guac and a half chicken, half plain pizza. It was a great day. I absolutely let out my inner man. I let out my inner man. You know, I threw away all caution and just went for it. And I had a very nice day. So today I'm not going to go Super Saiyan because I don't have any sensu beans, but I was like, yep, I gotta get on, you know, have some fun. We're gonna do a lot of different builds today. I'm gonna kind of take this stream today as a wash, and I'm gonna use it to just try and do a bunch of shit that I normally don't do when I'm like trying to play a long stream and like get into a rhythm. But I'm not really gonna worry about getting into a rhythm today. I just want to try stuff, maybe even look at some of the recent replays that we've marked for like educational content. And I mean, I really think if I really just stop bullshitting myself, the number one most important thing that I need to do right now in my whole life actually is make more educational shorts where I'm like explaining concepts, because that is literally, I've only done one and it's literally my biggest video ever. And I'm saying it out loud because whoever can hear me saying this, you know that I know. You don't have to hold me accountable. I'm an incredibly guilty person, even though I do nothing wrong. But I'm very much so roasting myself alive at the thought of not having done that yet. So today I want to do a bunch of different stuff. I probably have a short stream, and then I'll probably do all that review. And my goal is I'll probably be on until like maybe 5, and then I'm just gonna go record stuff. That's what I want to do. So we'll try some funky cheese builds today. We'll do some like, you guys like Widowmine drops and all of that stuff. If we can try to set some new records, we can try to do some builds I just haven't done in a long time, and just see if we can get some interesting game states for our highlight reel. And honestly, just give myself a little bit of mental stimulation by mixing it up, because you know, they say the more battle cruisers you build, your brain activity slowly begins to slow down because of how relaxing it is, which is incredible. They say the mental stimulation you get from StarCraft starts to wear off once you're cruising, because you're no longer your heart rate isn't being raised anymore. So I thought it was really fascinating. They said that I was too relaxed. I couldn't even get myself worked up maxing out on battle cruisers. So we'll try to do a little bit more heart pumping strategies today and continue to gather very important data, incredibly important data. Again, this bad boy's got 53 grams of added sugar. So I've had 3 sips. I think I'm good. I'll probably wake up within 15 minutes after that, right? Like, I think we're good. I love it though. I love it, but I can only have like a few sips every, once a month, really. It's a lot. It's a lot of sugar. Well, I think if I get tier 2, the problem right now that I have is these guys are supposed to upgrade, right? Yeah, I have to get Keldalis. That's what I'm not doing here. And it's my guys against... Who am I? Who have I been leaning against here? I need to take another look at the wave when we fight. Yo, la 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 la, what's up, what's up? Nice cat emoji. I was watching Puss in Boots this morning. I was actually sitting on the couch, and the cat, Kekarsh came up to snuggle, and we almost ended up taking a nap right before Katie went to work. So it was that we had to just turn everything off and just get going because we were just gonna fall asleep. Lewis was laying on my legs, the cat was in her lap. We were just like, it was so serene. That was like basically what we walked away from before we both got ready to do our thing today. So it was very nice. Had a very nice morning. Katie made some grilled cheese and tomato soup. We did the little like dip thing, you know what I'm saying? I actually haven't had that in a very long time, but Katie is she's like kind of crazy about her tomato soup. She loves that stuff. Yeah, there's no tier 3 upgrade for these zealots, Nate. That's kind of the problem. Well, then maybe we just make more. Perhaps that's the... What if you just make enough zealots until your teammates tell you to build something else? Let's see. Be like Mean Girls and find out if and/or the limit exists. Oh my god, I could just build Phoenix as well. I didn't even build my hero unit. I literally didn't even... Oh my god, I've had a hero unit available the whole time. Yeah, I might as well rename him. Fuck it. Oh man. Well, sorry guys. Apparently I've had a hero unit I didn't build this whole game. Only took me 7 minutes to figure that out. Oh yeah, Nate, wait till you remember that you have these summon guys over here. Wow. The timing's incredible. Well, the hero units are one time though, right? It's a little bit hard to tell. Yo, Fist23. Hey, Nate and chat. Yo, he is on a 7-stream streak. Ay. You guys got to get ready for the great Shrek-toning of the watch streaks is coming, though. Our Resident Evil 9 coverage is beginning very soon. We are like 15, 16 days away from it. We're gonna be shooting some zombies. I am pumped. I do really want to get a Resident Evil 4 stream in again at some point between now and then, but you know, I'm shy. I'm very shy. Nate, he's just got Hellbats and like AoE, so maybe the zealots aren't working anymore. Maybe we think about this one for a moment. What do we want to do here? Something that he absolutely can't use those units against. So maybe we go scouts, like zealot scout kind of sounds tight. Yeah, especially with the raid liberators, yeah. Yeah. He's got so much stuff. All right, see, look at this though. I sent the hybrid in with my wave this time. How about that, guys? How about that? Give it up for the hybrid, everybody. Look at him go. Look at him go. It's incredible. It's incredible. Try the veal. I have no detection, huh? That's also a thing. Wow, those liberators are still going, huh? We might be in trouble, boys. I'm not sure that my move there did anything at all, actually. My confidence continues to deteriorate in this city. All right, here's what we'll do. We'll get Mojo, and then he'll be ready by the time the next wave comes out, and then he'll win us the game. Because that's what I need. I'm the anti-air guy now. I can just make scouts. Scouts are pretty good in SC2. The places in StarCraft 2 where they let you build scouts are pretty good. Do I keep these? I thought these guys were gonna go away, huh? What? I just get tanks forever now, huh? Okay. I like that. Just need more scouts, right? That's kind of the issue. I just need, like, maybe I just get rid of all my zealots at this point, even. I don't know. I don't know. Kind of like reframe them here. Let's get the upgrades then. Just try and beef them up with the teeniest little bit. Oh my god, well, yeah, I don't think, guys, I don't have a good feeling about this anymore. I think we might be cooked. I think we might be cooked. Do I just get the Vikings? Is that it? Or do I add Marines? Get the Hells Angels? Well, what do we think? This is a big behemoth wave. I do have tier 3 now. Phoenix now gives detection, right? So I can just switch him into Arbiter mode, and that's what I need. Perfect. I don't think he made the switch in time for this wave, but maybe for the next one. Let's get some more of the air upgrades now that we have tier 3. Just let the air guys do their thing, right? The Vikings still have like way too much range for me to even engage them. It's the only thing that really sucks here still. Maybe I put the Vikings in behind because they last longer? I don't even know. I can land them if I want to for some whatever bizarre ass reason. I just gotta save up for behemoths, I guess. Should have gone carriers, is that it? It's a hard life. Before you left to prime some minis, I heard you were going to record after stream. Why not stream the educational content and then cut the shorts from that? I really like watching the how-to as the game progresses. Yeah, it's because I don't, you know, it's just like one of those things where... It's just like one of those things where if I'm going to be putting in the time to like actually go live and stream, usually like the best performing thing that I'm going to do if I'm playing StarCraft is to just play 1v1s. And people always are like, well, why don't you just do like some crazy ass commentary while you play the 1v1s? But like, you know, it mostly turns into a battle of how much do I want to argue with my viewers about like, you know, the people that are watching and are like, oh, you should have done this, you should have done that. And I'm like, I'm not really like paying attention because I'm trying to do something else, you know, and it's just never really a good time. When I'm playing the game, I like to be able to focus and lock in and do all of that. But being able to do multiple takes of stuff, record things in 10-second bits, get up, go get a fresh, you know, glass of fresh air or something like that. But if I'm gonna stream, I gotta be on. So, you know, most people that are tuning in, like especially if I'm live on Twitch, like, you know, Twitch I just get ad revenue from for the most part. So it's just like I just got to be on and getting people to watch as much as possible on that platform. Whereas like on YouTube, pretty much everything I do StarCraft wise does very well. So I don't have to be grinding 1v1s if I'm, you know, Like, I can make educational videos without having to play the game, I guess, is really what I'm saying, so. But I do have like two games for my TVP that I've got slotted up for that, so. TLDR, when you're live, you know, there's a lot of pressure on you, and you're never allowed to address the pressure of being live. So that's like the least interesting thing that someone who's live can do is complain about the downsides of doing stuff live. So I don't have any interest. I don't have any interest in trying to pre-record stuff while I'm on. I'd rather you guys just see the finished product. When 10 billion people sub to me on Twitch, maybe that'll change, but most people that watch StarCraft on Twitch are it's the more aggressive people, you know. It's why I can't grow on the platform. It's mostly people who just want to fight with whoever they're watching, so it's like, since I don't do that anymore, I don't really resonate with people that are there. But then, like, everybody I talk to from my other stuff is great. My YouTube comments are great. More people watch there now, so it's just like, yeah. If you want to be popular on Twitch, you just gotta go complain about shit so that other angry people feel like you're speaking for them, and then, you know, then you establish a parasocial relationship where they get their validation for their shitty feelings from you, and blah 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 blah. So, you know, I've had to deal with that in so many ways over the years. As soon as I stopped doing it, it's like, yeah, you know. But I tell you what, if I started screaming at the top of my lungs and whining about, like, how, I don't know, I could literally just complain about anything, right? And just say how Terran's weak or something like that. You know, there'd be 500 people here within an hour, and they'd all be telling me how dumb I am. But, like, you know what I mean? It's just a match, it's just a choice of how much you want to hate yourself at the end of the day. I could just crash out right now about, like, Terran vs Protoss or something, and hundreds of people will pour in just to watch the shit show. But, like, those people, you know, they're typically not very supportive, so you have to do it all the time to get them to watch, to get that ad revenue. But that's, again, it's soul crushing. It's soul crushing. Who wants to watch the guy that plays StarCraft for fun? If you enjoy playing StarCraft like this, why wouldn't you just play yourself? You know? How many scouts do you think, hypothetically, I would have to build before this worked? Because I still don't feel like it's doing anything at all. So you know what? This is it. This is it. This is the part where I say I don't wanna. I'm stronger than I've been before. This is the part where I break free. Just gonna do it right here. Right here. Right now. Boom. Carrier transition complete. You know, me and my buddy would get down on some StarCraft 2 on the N64. Hell yeah. I never got to play the N64 version of StarCraft. I never got to play the N64 version of StarCraft. You know, I feel like I found where the same people went when I started doing more YouTube stuff, so it's just been really nice. There's too much despair in the StarCraft community. You have to engage with people that aren't drinking all of it 24/7 if you want to have a good interaction. Everybody else is too burned out. Yes. How many of those big bad boys did we just summon? A lot? We got a lot of them, right? I think we're good. How many behemoths? Just, oh, 3. I got 3 behemoths. Just like Xbox. Counter-Strike, hell yeah. Exactly. We do this is 30 years old on his OG system too. Nice. Dude, StarCraft is just awesome like that, you know? Especially for a lot of us millennial nerds, like that was that was like all of middle school and high school for me. I was playing StarCraft with my buddies. Going camping in the woods and playing StarCraft. That was it, man. No, we got crushed. Nothing I did worked this game at all. Brutal. No, I tragically don't have any of my childhood stuff, but dude, the N64 days, man, that's what it was all about. I didn't play StarCraft on the N64, but I did play Command and Conquer on the PlayStation. No, that was some dope. That was some good stuff right there. If y'all ain't ever played Command and Conquer on the PlayStation 1, all right, you don't know what it is, man. You don't know what it is. Red Alert or General? I think it was Red Alert. I would have been a little kid at this point. I was probably like 6 or 7 years old. Lots of fireworks in my neighborhood last night. Dude, I was at the bar, man. I was at the brewery. Things were popping off. Everybody was shouting. People were screaming, man. It was crazy. There was some chants happening. There was a guy who like angrily got up and stormed out of the bar after shouting USA during the halftime show. Like, we had it all. We had everything. It was incredible. It was incredible. A real perfect evening, if I do say so myself. This new gen doesn't know about LAN parties. Yeah, you know, it's tragic, isn't it? It's tough. Everybody has their own system these days, right? All I wanted was a LAN party. No, that's what we did, though. We would just bring our computers. We'd all bring our computers to somebody's place. It was good times. Yeah, we did. You know, we weren't like Dungeons and Dragons, Stranger Things group, but we were in the basement playing StarCraft on like shitty $50 PCs we made out of spare parts that we like fished out of dumpsters and stuff. We were all crafty. We're all crafty little nerds. We were able to get some old computer crap from the school because we were friends with a bunch of the teachers. We were able to get some stuff from. I mean, Mitchell's mom was a programmer, so she had some extra computer stuff. Oh yeah, it's good times. It's good times. And then we go camp out in the woods for 3 days. You guys ever use like a hand crank powered flashlight before? You guys ever use one of those? Don't gotta worry about your flashlight going dead anywhere. Some cool stuff. Gotten into some shenanigans over the years. Yeah, it was bumping. It was bumping. So anyway, I'm definitely getting a Sam Darnold jersey when I can. We put it on our list. I must complete the circle. Close the loop. don't think you could really be anywhere. I think we're good to just progress as usual. Progress as usual. Now for Terran versus Terran, this matchup has very, very strict rules, so I can't experiment to the same degree. We'll probably just do our build because it's battle cruisers and it's good. But like, you don't go Liberators versus Terran because of Vikings. You don't go Banshees because of Vikings and all that, so. Everybody usually goes Vikings against me because of my battle cruisers. But battle cruisers can win against Vikings, so we don't need to adjust the TVT. But I would like to do like a Marauder push, like an early Marauder build versus Protoss. I'll probably just like die to some random like Oracle flying in my base, but we got to do that at least once today. Maybe a 2-1-1 versus a Zerg. Lots of Seahawks fans up here in Canada. We're going nuts. Hell yeah. Yeah, it was awesome. It was awesome to be in a place full of Seahawks fans when it happened. Again, the interception and the fumble were like crazy. Like some people were legitimately starting to complain at how boring the game was. And then the Patriots got their first touchdown, and people were like, changing my mind, kind of, it can be boring, but like it can be boring, and then the fumble happens, and then everybody's just whoa, crazy as shit, man. It was awesome. People let out their primal roars. Damn, he had double Cyclone. Alright, GG. That was, see, I tried to do a drop, right? That's what's so hard about it. I thought if I targeted his Cyclone that I'd be able to get my Cyclones back into the medevac and leave, right? But just because he's Terran, like, that's what you do. You build Vikings. So 2 Vikings and 2 Cyclones, my 2 Cyclones in the medevac, they can't really, it's like, I love doing a Cyclone drop, but like a build like that, Cyclone drop is completely useless against, right? So you just can't mix it up in Terran versus Terran that much. There are very strict rules. But now we are against a Protoss and there are no rules. So let's do a Marauder rush. How about that? Open with some Marauders. Hey, FDS, who is that beautiful golden retriever I saw in your stream notifications? That is my son. His name is Lewis. Long for Lou, and he is 6 years old. We got him in January of 2020, and he was born November 2019. He is an absolute menace. His records, his feats of strength include eating a whole entire pizza on his own once, eating a whole entire tray of brownies once, and yeah, my edibles. So he's got some feats of strength. It's been years since he's gotten in trouble. I guess the most recent incident was the brownies. But we learned over the years that golden retrievers, if you love them too much, they learn to take advantage of you, and they learn how to do things like climb on your countertops and like open shit. And I think it might be harder to golden retriever proof a house than it is to like baby proof a house, I don't feel like a baby could get into as much trouble as my dog has, but I have seen him open the countertops from like he'd like climb onto the kitchen counter and then open a fucking like one of the things. He's done that. So he's bad. He's oh yeah, actually, yeah, he did eat. He did that again. He opened the pantry to eat, to get something off like the top shelf before, and he took the whole thing down with it. He took the whole pantry down for like a mini bag of Butterfingers once. It was horrible. It was horrible. So anyway, yeah, he's a menace, and you know he's healthy as an ox. I mean, I'm otherwise very, very, very strict about his, you know, his intake and snack quality and all of that. So I'm very much of the just like, okay, try to take care of this little guy, and then he's like, nah, let me just constantly undermine you and be a nuisance, be a menace. When we're sleeping, he goes and grabs all of our shoes and puts them together in a pile under like a blanket or something. Like he really is. I've never seen a dog like Lewis before, frankly. He is absolutely the funniest dog I've ever met. And I had a golden retriever growing up, but he wasn't this funny. Like my golden growing up was like lovable buffoon. And he was great, and he was so sweet. But like this golden that I have now, I don't know, man. I don't know. He's special. He's my special boy. He's my special boy. He spent too much time in an enclosed space with me and Katie. That's what happened. That's what happened. We didn't get him because of the lockdowns. We got him like 3 months before any of that. Like it was January, you know, like that stuff wasn't really like a big thing yet. So it was just, yeah. I have no idea what I'm doing. Could try to go like Banshees here. Let's keep it interesting. Yo, Pappy. Yeah, Lou, he hears me talking about him. Heard you talking shit. I wasn't talking shit, man. What is that? He's like whining. What is it, dude? Lou. He's wagging his tail. Do you just want attention? Is that it? I'm in the middle of a game, but I can give you some snuggles if you need it. Scratching his ear. This guy might just kill my third base. I'm not really worried about it. His name is Apathy, so if there's anybody I have to don't worry about offending, it's a guy whose name is I don't care. I think we're okay. I think we're okay. Here, we'll just take that, send it out, and we'll just start over on the third base situation. How about that? Okay, he's calmed down. He's laying next to me now, but he was being needy for a second there. He gets shy. He gets shy when I talk about him. What do you guys think? Is this game? I think that's probably game. Let's go next. Well, see, like, that's exactly what happens to me, though, right? Like, I try to do this Marauder opening, but he's all like, I'm going to rush an Adept at you. And I'm like, man, I wish I had done the Cyclone opener. But this was going to be 6-gate blink. He didn't even take a third base, so he was... When I try to do fun builds versus Protoss, they usually just cheese me like that. And hey, there you go, guys. That's what's going to happen. Sometimes it'd be like that. Yeah, he was just gonna 6-gate blink all in, so there was... That one was not gonna get fun no matter what. None of my builds beat that. That's not me whining. I just need you to know that. I'm not gonna lose sleep trying to out micro somebody who does nothing but build blink stalkers. It's not gonna happen. Well, he's laying down now, so. But he came over and he was all whiny, and maybe he just heard me talking about him and he was like, "Oh, you're so sweet." So I don't know. He's such a good boy. He's the smartest dog I've ever met, and he's also the most mischievous dog I've ever met. Yeah. You remember that, Lewis? You remember when you slept on the couch for 20 straight hours and I held you in my arms and gave you water because you're a buffoon? Yeah, no, he doesn't. Bro was in another galaxy. If we make nothing but Marines, we could have like a lot of Marines, right? And we'll see what the limits of my rapid fire are. But again, I could never predict that he would learn how to like open drawers and open doors and open the refrigerator, and like he's just a psychopath. Like, how was I supposed to know he was gonna figure all of that out? We put the brownies on top of like 3 boxes on top of the counter, and all we did was go to get a beer. We had just moved in and our neighbor gave us brownies. We put them like 15 feet up. And of course... No. That's just... Again, this type of incident, I would say, there's only really been those 3. So, for being alive for 6 years, you know, he's only ever had like three major incidences like that. Although, I guess the pizza was probably the least worrisome for him. But yeah. It was like Katie picked it up. It was when Katie was working at her old job down in Snohomish, and she picked up from like a Jets bar that's down there, and they have really good pizza. And then we're just like, oh yeah, we actually just have oh yeah, let's just go check the mail. Let's go check the mail. And then we come back and yeah, dogs. Oh yeah, we're doing some crazy. Teach him how to do the dishes? I wish. Hello, have you ever played against Euthermal? No, Euthermal is like, he's like one of the top players, I think, that plays StarCraft. He's much higher level than me. Euthermal, like, I used to commentate Euthermal playing in professional tournaments for like tens of thousands of dollars, if that helps you understand the difference in skill between us. He was playing in the tournament. I was the guy on the microphone going, and Euthermal, Roddy, he's coming up. He's gonna proxy Reaper him for the 4th time in a row. Now, I don't know about you, but when we were on our way here through Chinese customs, they said you could only proxy twice. I don't know, mate. It looks like he's gonna have a hard time getting out after this one, but I think he's gonna get 1st place. Ah, the good old days. The good old days. commentated with Arnold Schwarzenegger? Yeah, of course. He does get that. He gets that a lot. Yeah, I'd say that's within the ring of plausible deniability. Was a spot on Rotterdam? Yeah, I got you. I got you. Just take out the lings on the map. Let's get as many of them as we can. Yeah, see, he's gonna keep just splitting lings off to scout, so we're good.
Additional supply depots required. Research has concluded.
I haven't really gotten too much there, huh? Nate going bio is crazy. Well, now that I don't need validation from the angry people on Twitch, I can just do whatever I want. When people come tell me I'm bad, it doesn't matter. All I gotta do is farm clips, bro. I just gotta farm clips, dog. It doesn't matter. I'm free, baby. I'm free as Dobby. I don't gotta worry about winning games anymore. He's got Burrow. Oh, well, there you go. Probably don't need to mine any Vespene from these bases, huh? Got so much. Let's just keep going. You know, they say you can't parade push anymore, and I say, well, why not just try and then die doing it anyway? You know what I mean? Probably just need like another starport in factory, maybe. All right, GG. That was a good game. Who was your favorite player to cast back in the day? Probably like probably favorite player to cast? Well, you know, I could always learn from like the smart Terrans that would do like interesting builds, you know what I mean? Like probably like Gumiho or TY, like being able to like be in those games and actually like dissect their replays was always a really good time. I always loved that. Like TY especially was a player who always made a lot of smart decisions, and his mechanics were a little bit better than Gumiho's. But I loved his builds too. But Gumiho is like probably the player I've learned from the most over the years. If there's anybody whose style I've tried to emulate, it would be his. It would be his for sure. Did you enjoy Bomber? Yeah, I liked everybody. I don't think there were really any players I didn't like watching, to be honest. Everybody that played at the pro level was generally entertaining. Even if they were bad, like, you know, it wasn't like the games, it wasn't like they were all like floating their stuff to the corner of the map, you know?
Not enough mineral. The quest for glory begins. Minerals pay the bills. Mine more.
Now we got Protoss this game. I always loved Gumiho. He was always my favorite player. Did I ever go to Korea? Yes, I did. I got to go to Korea twice. I got to go to Pyeongchang for the 2018 Winter Olympics because Intel was doing a event partnered with the IOC, and it was a StarCraft tournament. So we did a StarCraft tournament in Pyeongchang back in 2018, and then in 2019, I got to go back to Korea for the BlizzCon opening week event because Blizzard did the first half. Blizzard ended up doing the first half of the BlizzCon opening week event. They did the round of 16 for StarCraft 2 in the Afrika studio. So we went to the GOM TV studio, whatever it was, you know, it was the same place. It was the same place, different ownership by the time I got to go there, I guess, whatever, but. Yeah, I probably just like blew that, right? You know, that's okay. So yeah, I've been to Korea twice. It was awesome. It was awesome. Food was great. It was like $25 for me to have unlimited cell phone service the whole time I was there, and it was like I got like 3 gigabits per second on my phone speed test. It was some crazy shit, man. Korea was awesome. All the shit you've heard about like their 7-Elevens and stuff, totally real. Just good stuff, really.
base is getting blasted.
Supernova.
Add-on done. Swap away. SCVs are being liberated in the worst way.
Probably can't do too much. I guess we'll build a cyclone and just send 2 more SCVs, right? Oh, he didn't even expand. Oh, he knew we were doing this. He sniffed this out. He sniffed that out. Oh my god, these guys didn't even leave my base either. You know what? I feel like that's worth a GG. Let's go next. Hey, Dragonfly. How you doing, buddy? Yeah, Korea was dope, though. You know what else I loved? At the airport, they had a Krispy Kreme. I got to have like, you know, the amazing thing about having great American staples outside of America is that you get the benefit of the foreign health requirements. Because, you know, we basically have no rules for the quality of food in this country, but then you eat American stuff outside, and then you're like, oh my god, I didn't know a Krispy Kreme donut could be this good. I didn't even know. But they probably, like, not even allowed to use toxic chemicals or some shit in the donuts over there. It was amazing. It was amazing. I got to take a bullet train. I got to go on like a crazy ass fast train. It was nuts, man. It was nuts. I got to stay in a super fancy hotel with a bunch of Olympians, and the toilet had a remote control and a wall panel. And there were like people coming by every night to make sure like your electricity in your room and shit was working and there wasn't any issues, and it was just dope. It was a cool place. We can try to do our Marauder thing again this game. Or the RTS arcade game Killer Queen. No. No, when I think about Killer Queen, I just think about when I think about Killer Queen, I just think about the this guy's trying to justify his actions last game, the double gateway blind opening. I wonder why he's self-conscious. It's a funny thing that he feels the need to explain himself for whatever reason. Huh, isn't that funny? But speaking of Korea, do you still talk to Tasteless or Artosis? You know, we have our little StarCraft caster Cabal Discord that we all talk to each other in. And keep in touch. You know, time zones make things a little tricky. All of that stuff. Just like America. Goal in your life is to one day have a bidet. Yeah, there you go. There you go. It's interesting. Oh yeah. Yeah, it is what it is.
Big job. Go, go, go.
This costs gas, and you need more of it.
Remember, guys, the only thing he cares about is winning, right? And most StarCraft players just want to win. Nothing else matters. Not even a fair fight. Not even an interesting game. It's all about the W at the end of the game. You're never gonna change people who feel that way. So it's just some of your opponents are just gonna be like that. There are a lot of people who believe rules only exist to hold your opponent back. All right, you gotta be careful when you run into those types. It's not a major goal, but it sounds nice. Yeah, I can't think of anything wrong with that. All right, let's do this old school style, right?
Minerals pay the bills. Mine more.
By the numbers.
Minerals don't pay.
But hey, maybe his toilet has like those plastic hookups for the seat cover and he can't change it that easily. I've lived in an apartment like that. I've lived in an apartment where I couldn't use the fancy bidet thing. Couldn't use the bidet attachment converter. Hey man, you don't ever gotta justify doing something good for your health, you know what I mean? Everybody has varying degrees of their level of comfortability, but no matter what you say in front of other people so that you don't feel like you're weird for liking something that's not popular enough, I mean, everybody has their private opinions about cleaning themselves, so, you know, don't be weird about it. It's okay. It's okay. Go team hygiene, alright guys? Make sure to shower every day, brush your teeth. All that shit, all right? Do it, guys. Do it.
Supply depots don't build themselves, you know.
This better be good.
That looks cool, but you can't build there. Build some supply depots. Don't be like me, please.
Kaboom, baby! Got him. Big fan the ring. Go. Bad news? What's going on?
Supply depots are great. Build more or die. Additional supply and alone minerals. Supply depots, minerals. Minerals pay the bills. Mine more. Supply depots are great. Build more or die.
Go, go, go!
Damn, the prism as soon as I leave my base. This is just how it goes, doesn't it? Isn't it, guys? This is how it goes, isn't it, though? Well, now you can just chill there, all right? Yeah, I do. You guys think this guy's messing with me, huh? Probably. He's giving those vibes. We have our first YouTube chat whiner of the day though. Someone is upset that I'm not playing mech. What's your level of investment in the stream again? I just want to make sure we... Oh, you hit that recall too? Let me guess. Yeah, super late third too. He's taking no chances. All right, let's go next. Do you guys think he's sniping me? Let's just make sure he's not. We can check a few ways. He has been playing games all day, it looks like. He's actually been laddering for 9 straight hours, so. My favorite thing is when men try to come into my show to tell me how to run it. I really like that. I really like that. I have a special list of all the men who've given me their angry opinions on my show. Good afternoon, Bodsville. How you doing, buddy? Yeah, he's been playing for 9 straight hours. So you think I'm outplaying that guy? You think I'm outplaying that guy of all people? Really? You think that's... My goal is to cap my 1v1s at 3 hours today. Brother's on hour 10. He's crazy. You qualified. Okay, you just had a molar pulled, but it sucked. Damn, dude. You know what? I feel you. That doesn't sound like a good time at all. God bless you, man. Get well soon. Dude's on his 14th Red Bull and 3 packs of cigs deep. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Anybody who's laddering on NA for 10 hours a day, you've got some issues. He's like, his dad is some hedge fund millionaire dude, so he just like, that's it. He just plays SC2 1v1 all day, every day, and talks to his opponents, right? He's so closeted off of the world playing SC2. He just tries to talk to everybody he plays against to justify the decisions he makes in the game. What a world. I'd like to watch a sitcom about that guy's life. Can Jane Krakowski play his mom, please? Your wrists hurt just thinking about a 10-hour grind? Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy, man. See, that's why I'm glad I'm trying to do. That's why I'm glad I'm making so much YouTube content now. Because what the hell? You think I've got 10 hours, bro? Oh, 10 hours. He's a wild one. Oh, this is the guy who just does the same build every game, so I'm gonna mess with him by taking his geyser, and then I think we're still just gonna be facing fast burrow rush, right? That's all he does. So my goal is to just wall this off for when he runs his guys past me. But this is he's just gonna make 3 roaches and run them past my wall, right? This is what he did last week. And he just rushes burrow, neural, and parasite infestors every game. He has no other build. But I figure, you know, delay his gas a little bit is not bad. Oh, see, look, I got a drone. I got him chasing me. Wow, I've never done this to him before, huh? This is kind of funny to watch the way he reacted. I'm liking this. I dig it. Oh, he still did his little run-by thing, too. Yeah. I think that's the first time I've like seen him visibly tilt with the drone pull there. That's pretty funny. Sup, Nate? Good luck streaming today, brother. Yeah, man. Thanks, dude. Appreciate it. No, but he's... All you need to know is that right now he's getting a lair, and then he's gonna get his infestation pit, and then he's gonna get his infester, and then he's gonna get neural parasite, and that's it. That's all that's gonna happen. And I'm gonna tell you guys, the way this game ends right now, he has no control over it, because all he can do is run as fast as he can. I am simply going to build my battle cruisers, teleport deep inside of him, and then kill him. And if he kills me, that's fine. But it's gonna end there, one way or another. I get to dictate. I get to dictate how this game ends. So we're just gonna see. We're just gonna see what happens when I teleport into his base. All right, guys. You ever buy a loot box or like a card game pack with TCG? I'm about to give it to you. All right. Let's hope for a mythical pull. Let's hope for a mythical pull on this teleport. Let's get a mythical pull. SC2 gotcha. That's right. It's SC2 gotcha. That's exactly what it is. Why does he even pretend to scout? We already know what he's doing. You basic. You basic. You're the vanilla wafer. You're the vanilla wafer of SC2. Okay? They don't even got caramel between them. It's just wafer the whole way through. Like a flavorless Kit Kat.
Not enough minerals.
We're going in, boys. We're going in. Going for the rare BC Hatella Hollow. You better believe it. I want that full art. Alternate edition, baby. If it's not a triple crown, I throw it in the trash. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Let's see if he got his... Did he run fast enough for us this game, ladies and gentlemen? Let's find out. Let's find out. We know what he does. We know what he does. So we're just gonna see. We're just gonna see. Did we do it? Did we win the race? Did we win the race?
Your add-on is
Yeah, let's go, baby. Oh, he didn't actually use Neural Parasite. I guess it wasn't done. I guess his neural wasn't done. Look at that. The game's not over. We did it, guys. Oh, now he's got that neural. He's like, bring him back, bring him back. No, I couldn't get him. I couldn't get him. Nathanias, you're so incredible. He couldn't do it, boys. He couldn't do it. Yeah, we do have to expect he is going to still have a bajillion, like, roaches and stuff like that.
research complete.
No, but it's like literally as if we played against a bot and we told the bot to just rush burrowed infestors every game. That's it. That's literally it. And it is hilarious. And I'm tired of pretending it's not. I built a raven. Do you know what that is, Sifa? Do you know what a raven is? My favorite part though is how he had all those queens, all that shit. Had the infestor and he still couldn't get both of them. Losing one was actually pretty good comparatively to what usually happens. 99% of the time the game does end because I either get him before he gets it or he just insta neurals me. But the fact that it kind of just turned into a regular fight was pretty funny. But like now his strategy is just going to be to wait for me to try to cross the map and then he'll just try to get like a big fat neural. So he never leaves his base. He never attacks. He never actually really does anything at all. So all we have to do is just rush to max out, teleport directly on top of him, and then we'll kill him. But he's not gonna do anything. He's just gonna make nothing but infestors and then just wait for us to fight and try to get some crazy neural highlight. Sometimes he goes roaches. Sometimes he throws some roaches away. But he's got nothing out on the map. He's got no units out on the map. He is quite literally just waiting for us to try to attack him. That's it.
Research has concluded.
What you got? Look at him. Look at all the spores. It's beautiful. This man is like in my saw trap right now. Do you guys get it? Do you guys do you get it? Do you realize how stuck he is? Like how little he has in the way of options? It's amazing. It's amazing. All he can do is turtle because he knows that the moment he lets me, I'm just gonna teleport everything into his base. And there's nothing he can do about it. There's nothing he can do about it. Push me. Let's base trade. Let's go. Are you ready? Let's go. A Raven's rare at this elo, so Zerg isn't used to adapting. I think he just I think he just doesn't respect me enough to play at the level that he needs to deal with me. That's really about it. You know? I think that's it. He's just not taking this seriously. He only plays unranked, just so you know. The guy I'm matched up against right now. I've never seen him actually put anything on the line. He's never put anything like on the line or at stake for his games against me. It's always just this this unranked burrow infester rush.
Command center's got some new mined out of mineral field. Good thing you've got one of those. Costs gas.
You know, you have at some point you have to ask yourself what even is there to get worked up over in such a situation. Not a lot.
Not enough Vespene gas. Fix that.
Yeah, Yamato is Hydras? Hell yeah. Let's go. I told you the moment you dump in my base, I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you. All of his tech is gone. How much more would you like me to destroy before you give up? Loose. Yeah? And you believe this gives you power over me? Yeah? Yawn. You got anything else? Healer? What is he cooking next? Like 500 spores? What do you guys think? He's gonna make 500 spore crawlers? Yeah, you're supply blocked into oblivion, bro. You gotta get up real early in the morning to beat me, bro. We've got time. Do we make him like a custom tombstone? What do you guys think? Oh, there you go. Took him long enough. GG. But for a guy who only plays unranked, I mean, he gets real sweaty. He gets real sweaty. This is what he does every game, though. 15 pool, Roach Warren, tries to dive a few workers, but look at the lair at 3 minutes, and then infestation pit and burrow, like, as fast as possible. He's funny, though. I did get him to research Ling Speed once. One time I double Cyclone Rushed him 5 games in a row, and then he finally started researching Ling Speed, and he didn't get a Roach Warren. I think that was like maybe the highlight of my career against him. I mean, we've all got limits, right? Oh, it's the same guy. All right, let's do it again. Let's do it again, boys. Let's see. It's just a race. Will he have his neural parasite done on time this game? Let's find out. How much higher is your MMR when you don't play with crazy ping and not on stream, aka people couldn't snipe? Well, first of all, I don't really think people snipe. I think it like pretty much never happens, and I don't actually tell people that they're like cheating or anything like that. I just get salty when people blind counter my shit like anybody else. So let me just clarify that for you real quick, partner. And let me also clarify, I don't really play StarCraft when I'm not streaming. I mostly play like custom games or co-op because playing 1v1 is really stressful and honestly not that fun. So what's fun for me is like trying to do tricks for you guys. That's what I enjoy about playing 1v1 SC2. It's just a side bonus that people are like, you know, interested in it beyond that.
Command center. Ready to go. Minerals pay the bills. Mine more.
By the numbers, boy. Bad news.
Your base is under siege.
Yeah, I have auto mod set to be pretty rigid. You'll notice that people don't really get banned from this stream and that there's not any moderators ever talking. I just prefer to, I find the system works. I find that the kinds of things that people are usually like, you know, like, I didn't think it was mean for me to say that, you know, that stuff just never even makes it into chat anymore, and I love that. Maybe I'll try to do some other type of meme build against him next time that we match up. Keep my eyes open. Now, the only downside of the way that he's been playing against me recently the only downside of the way, oh yeah, he actually let his roaches kind of get hit too many times there. Oh, there you go. Actually wasn't too shabby. We're still on the race, boys. It's still on the race. I only built those to stall him. We know what he's doing. He knows what we're doing. It's just a race. It's just a race. And unfortunately for him, I am crystal clear today, so all these jabronis gonna be struggling. Yeah, I play StarCraft for fun, so it's like always hard when I come onto my stream and I'm like, you know, people that were watching me trying to like become good at the game because they're on their own journey. But I'm like, you know, I'm literally the retired monk on top of the mountain that's like, I've given up on the anger that pursuing greatness that this game gave me. But then people are like, but Nathan, you still have to tell us the secret. And I'm like, I don't know, man. You won't believe me. And then you'll be like, just tell me anyway. And then I'll tell you and you'll be like, but your MMR's not that high. And I'm like, I'm retired, bro. I make content and I make memes, but I sure as hell don't compete. I'm done with that. All right. If there's ever a few bucks in this scene again, and we're getting regular updates and patches to the game, and there's events and stuff happening, and this can be like my whole life again, then sure, why not? But
SCV ready.
Add-on done. Swap away.
all right, here we go. It's time for the next leg of the race.
Kinda low on the minerals there, huh?
In the rear with the gear.
Not enough SP.
But I've always had a lot of enemies in StarCraft just for being myself. I mean, I'm very clearly comfortable with myself. And again, as I like to point out, you'll see that lots of StarCraft players, they think that team games are just for blaming your teammates, and that's the only reason they're popular, you know? I can't relate to those people. I actually think that's like really dumb. So, you know, I just don't, you know, I'm good at the game, I play it a lot, but at the same time, I don't really relate to a lot of the players. Most people who play this game treat it like life, where they're just trying to get to like the next rung or whatever, but I'm honestly just happy to be here, so there's nothing I can say that's gonna make you understand that. Oh, he's waiting. He's waiting. Uh-oh. I'm not gonna do it this game. Yeah, no. I'm just gonna take my third. And let's just max out and kill him like we did last game. He actually attacked us last game, which is amazing, so I just don't even need to leave my base this time.
Minerals don't grow on trees.
What I noticed is that last game, he tried so hard to win the race that he didn't even put anything on his third base. So I realized that, and if we rematched and I said I was gonna do the same thing, he would probably have a similarly dead third, and he didn't even have it, right? So I'm very happy with the way this has played out. And he's just gonna go straight up to Hive, right? So, oh yeah, oh, all of a sudden he cares. Is that it? Oh yeah? Uh-huh, yeah. He's adorable. Yeah, do you see this? Do you see how he's all of a sudden like doing weird stuff? He just sends the solo Hydra over here. He's like, huh? What's, oh? I was promised Nathanias would suicide his units into me.
You need to build that somewhere else.
Again, I've never seen a guy playing unranked try as hard as this dude. It's incredible. He's one of my favorite specimens of the ladder.
What's going on? The other
Command center. Who called in the fleet? This caused kinda low on the minerals there, huh?
Thanks for the free swarm host, bro. Look at that. He thought he was gonna get me there. He thought that was gonna work.
That looks cool, but you can't build there. You need to build that.
This is just one of those guys that's too shy to say hi in Twitch chat. So he just goes on, and I'm not even talking about me. He just goes on and just does this to everybody. I'm sure everybody has stories about this dude. There's certainly nobody else like him. Thank you for the overlord, brah. He's using swarm hosts against battle cruisers. That's weird. He's crazy. Oh, he built corruptors too. Look at that. You know what? This is probably the hardest I've ever seen him try. I'm really proud of him. I actually feel like he's putting some effort into his strategy this game, and that's really nice. This is a side of him I've never seen before. I really haven't. I really haven't. He was so horny to catch the BCs at the start. I was really just curious what he'd do if I didn't go for it. I really was. He didn't disappoint. I can feel his determination. GG. Honestly, sometimes I just want to know if he'll ever adjust. Like, that game, I was legitimately curious what he would do. I will say, the moment I said out loud that I wasn't going to push him, he just came right over and attacked. You know? How many games are we going to play against this guy today, right? This is one of those Zerg players that the more I talk about what I'm going to do or what I'm trying to do, you know? But you got to imagine, I mean, some of you guys, like, you'll boot up my stream every day to watch me, but like this guy's legendary. He's next level. Sorry, it's 4 o'clock. My daily's reset. Thank you, Rydrick, for the 39-month resub. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. GG, baby. Yeah, I mean, the only reason I even play ranked and display the MMR, you know, like, I used to hide that stuff when I was self-conscious, but now I realize it really is just bait. It's bait for the Rageoids. So just put it all out there. Let everybody see what they want. Let them judge you and just do your thing, man. That's the way to live. You guys talking about the Master League bug? A lot of people just get, I've heard that a lot of people just get placed there even if they're new. Like, they'll do their 5 placement matches, lose all of them, and get put in Masters. I have heard about that bug. It's 7 o'clock on the East Coast, so I did think there'd be more people playing. Maybe Sifa got off. I might have gotten him too worked up. He had to build something other than Hydralisks. He had to build something other than Hydralisks for once. I think I really offended him. I was about to restart it. Your profile was displaying his masters a few days ago, but your number rating was still accurate. Yeah, the range and stuff gets all messed up. Like, the closer together that everybody's MMR is, right? Like, the more cutthroat those differences start to become. It's mostly caused by just not having enough good players to like widen the xylophone, if that makes sense. That's why all the players on Europe have crazy high MMR, because they have way more players than everybody else, so there's more liquidity and thus higher volume.
Not enough minerals. Kinda low on the minerals there, huh? Squad equals are great. No more forgotten. Minerals pay the bills. Mine more. Kinda low on the minerals there, huh? Minerals don't grow on trees. Not enough minerals. Minerals pay the bills. Mine more.
You guess the only people playing the game now are people who are good at the game. There's no noobs. You can just waffle stomp. StarCraft 2 is very clicky. I mean, StarCraft in general is very clicky, right? Like if you go to like general RTS places, like the general RTS Reddit or like other RTS games, most people have like a lot of negative experiences with like the elitism that StarCraft people give off. And a lot of people don't realize that it's like when you make everything about like never changing stuff, you're basically capping the maximum amount of people that could ever participate at the number of people that are there at that moment. And then as soon as you start pushing people away, like you never get anybody back, right? Because it's like it's a bunch of people that have largely been vehemently opposed to anything that wasn't more or less signed off on by like the guy who just won GSL, right? But it's the kind of place where voicing your opinion on the game or saying that you don't like playing versus something will just get people to tell you that you suck and you should just get better. Even though like there's a difference between thinking DTs are OP and just saying I hate getting DT rushed. But if you go post that in some place like SC Reddit or Team Liquid, everybody is just going to tell you how dumb you are and how bad you are at the game, and you're not going to have a funny conversation about getting cheesed, you know? People aren't like that. So it's very exclusionary. It's very exclusionary. It's a solo game. I mean, it draws antisocial people. If you want to play a competitive game and you don't want to have to work with other people, StarCraft is your game. So it's like, you know, I just happen to be a person who really enjoys all sorts of games and StarCraft. But as somebody who's like been on the inside, there's a tremendous amount of animosity in this space just between people who play against each other because of like race they choose. So, let alone people who play other stuff. Like that's crazy. It's crazy talk. But everybody thinks that they know everything, and nobody's yeah. Never really been a place for open discussion about stuff, so it's a tough sell. It's a tough sell. It's like, on one hand, one of the hardest games ever made. On the other hand, because of that, there's a very annoying subsection of people who try to ruin it for everybody. Like Rick and Morty. Those people aren't the majority, by the way. But if you're offended by my statement, you should maybe, you know, reevaluate your perspective on the game. But most people do just play the game for fun, so. But if you go to any place where people talk about this game, there's a lot of folks who do nothing other than scream at the top of their lungs 24/7, whether they play or not. Especially with the older average age of the player base, they're highly susceptible to rage bait.
You're gonna need more gas to fuel those needs. Minerals don't grow on trees.
SCV ready. Optics online. Let's go kill something. In gear. Nothing'll stop me. Oh, I'll get the SCV ready.
Your research has concluded.
Huh? Go ahead. SCV ready.
But like on its own as a game, StarCraft 2 is the best RTS ever made, hands down. I've played a lot of RTS as well. I've got a good range of experience. I got a good range of experience playing strategy games. Nothing comes close. That being said, like, if you were like, Nathan, what RTS games would you give like at least an 80 rating? I mean, obviously at the top there, you've got SC2 and Brood War, probably Age of Empires Gold, Age of Empires 2. They Are Billions was really amazing. I really liked that game. Damn. Well, we'll just go straight into BCs, I guess. Why is it better than Age of Empires? Because as much as I love Age of Empires is a very slow game. One of the best things about StarCraft is that you can bang out a couple of games pretty fast if you want to. You know, people whine when they get cheesed because they want to do a macro game. They want to have like a relaxing, not crazy, too stressful game. But the other side of that coin is that if you do only have a little bit of time to play, or if you want to play a bunch of games in a session, you can. You can choose to be the guy doing the short games because you and your wife are going to get sushi that night. And, you know, she understands that you want to play a little bit before you guys leave. But you've only got like an hour. So maybe you don't want to just play one game that you lose that takes 40 minutes and then you hate yourself. Maybe you don't want to do that. Maybe you want to just Reaper rush a few people and just say, fuck it, let's see what happens. You know? But if you're the kind of soy jack worrying about his MMR 24/7, you probably can't do that, right? Because you'd be like, well, I can't lock in and put on my gamer glasses and drink my gamer juice, and put on my, you know, my gamer socks, and make sure that I do everything as hardcore as possible to win this game. But for somebody out there, they do that. I think it's a good way. It's a good way to take it. Yeah, he's not leaving his base, huh? He's chilling. He's big chilling. This guy's he's playing like he's watching. He's just gonna lay back and let me do all the work. I see how it is. Yeah, he's putting his random ass depots around the map. This guy wants to play a 30-minute game. I'm just gonna rush to max out and all in him. Just gonna teleport everything into the center of his base as soon as I can. If he attacks me before then, I'll just teleport into his base, but I'm not gonna let this guy drag me into a 45-minute match if he's never gonna move out. We don't do that. We don't give people 40-minute games for free, guys. Those are earned. There you go. See, all I had to do was speak, and the turrets are up. All I had to do was say the word. Yeah, this is what you get. You have to base trade me. You don't get a choice. You don't get a choice in whether you base trade me. That's the beauty of it, man. That's the whole point of what we're doing right here. That's the whole point. Did you know? Come on, come on. You can do it. I believe in you.
You need to build that somewhere else.
What is it?
Sort things out.
Oh, you gonna start taking this seriously now? You gonna start taking this seriously now, huh?
SCVs are being
Hmm? Hmm? Whoop whoop! Oh yeah, it's all over but the crying. You're almost there. That was sick. That was sick. Oh my god, no GG either, bruh. I literally told you exactly what I was gonna do too. Literally, I mean, I spelled it out, guys. Is there anybody in chat who didn't know exactly what I was gonna do at the start of this game? I'm pretty sure I spelled it out for him pretty clear too. Dude even built like 500 missile turrets before I even teleported in, like right as he was starting his attack. I think he was focusing too much on like trying to clear my base out. I don't know if that was it. Great game. You know, this was actually such a funny game in many ways. It's almost like a game of perseverance, you know what I mean? Like, when I just think about this game, I just think about this game. I think about like how this game happened and how he literally did just chill there, right? He had like he did all this stuff. He had his depots out. He's like covering every corner of the map, and then he's got his cute tank push set up. He sneaks up out the side and all of that, and I'm just like, I'm gonna teleport 3 battle cruisers directly into your base, and I'm gonna win this game, which is just amazing to think about. I really don't feel like I should have been able to win that game, is partially what I'm trying to say, but it was a very fun match. I had a very good time playing that game out. I hope you guys enjoyed watching that. That was fun. You do enjoy some age now and then, but your knowledge of the game is so much lower than StarCraft. Yeah, exactly. It's like, you know, those games are crazy deep because there's like a million different things you can do in those games. And in a game like StarCraft, you know, StarCraft is a lot less of a strategy game and more of a mechanics game. Like, what's going to happen in your StarCraft game? And I mean, this is also true of other RTS, but in StarCraft, it's like even more extreme. Like, the way you can lose a game just by looking away from your army for a second, even if you're building your depots and building your workers and making your units and rallying them, and you've got all your upgrades and you're scouting, you just look away from your army for 3 seconds, like at the wrong moment, and you could just lose instantly. And that's a very uniquely StarCraft thing. It's the most brutal part of the game. But the other side of that coin is, let me rephrase it now in a way that doesn't sound so terrifying, is that in a moment you can take advantage of your opponent's lapse of awareness or control, and there are so many different little windows that you can exploit to gain an advantage over your opponent. And I think that's a really cool part of StarCraft. It's something that can only really happen because of the speed of the game, but it makes StarCraft more physical than it is mental. Like, you could do basically whatever you want, and if you mechanically produce units more effectively than your opponent does, there's not really a lot that they can do. Like, you'd have to intentionally play a truly horrible style to outplay your opponent and lose the game. So it's just not something that really happens in StarCraft. If the better player is taking the game seriously, they'll almost always win. You talking to your opponent like Deacon Larrett does in his arm wrestling matches? Well, you know, you have to remember, you know, when I'm talking on my microphone, my opponent is not supposed to be able to hear me, right? Because you guys all agree that I sound insane, right? Like if I were to say they were cheating. So for me, it is kind of fun to do that. It's like this experience of you and I together are kind of basically venting while playing the game about what's happening in the game. It's mostly just like me coping with the stress of the situation. But like, my opponent should not be able to hear me during the match, because if they could, you know, that would imply that they can hear my units and like they'll basically know what I'm doing, right? And then it's a pretty easy jump from there to watching. So I'm not gonna call them names or be mean, but I'm gonna tell them how much I love their maneuvers, love their attempts. I'm gonna call them cute. I'm gonna flirt with them. You curious about my thoughts about another StarCraft content creator? You know, I don't really have any interest in having my words potentially taken out of context or repeated to somebody else on my behalf without me knowing. So I'm gonna decline to comment on the skill of other StarCraft players and streamers. Winter StarCraft is a person who puts out a lot of content for the game, and to the best of my knowledge, tries to foster a positive experience and enjoying and loving StarCraft, and that's really all I know about him. I don't think he makes everything about balance, and I don't think that he whines about balance, and that's, you know, that's about enough for me to respect somebody. But beyond that, I don't want to make any comments about his capabilities or his talent. I think the only thing I could do saying something like that would be to make myself look like a dumbass. Winter gets a lot of hate from people in the StarCraft community as well, so it's another reason why I wouldn't want to talk about it. I don't really think he's a person who goes out there doing evil things or with malicious intent.
Mighty bows don't build themselves, you know. Add on done. Swap away.
Damn, you have like 5 shield batteries. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Yeah, that build does not really work anymore, huh? That's tough. It's like one of my favorite builds, but it's like it got deleted from the game a long time ago. I mean, when they added photon overcharge, you couldn't do this strategy, so it's not even shield batteries. I'm just gonna get a double medevac, go attack him one more time, and then I'll probably just GG if he... honestly, he'll probably just snipe my medevacs in midair, because like, why would he not be out on the map, you know? But I don't really have any other options, so here I am.
Waiting on you.
This better be good. FPV ready.
Additional supply depots required. Upgrade. Kinda low on the minerals there, huh?
Ready. Life flight.
Did I watch Day 9 when he was casting? Yeah, I've cast with Day 9 before. Sean's a great guy. I love him. I got to do a bunch of like BlizzCons and stuff with him a long time ago.
Supply depots don't have enough minerals.
Maybe I just did one with him, but yeah. I cast BlizzCon with Day 9 before.
Life flight.
Nice, GG. All right, we got a rematch. Are you close with Jeff? Yeah, he's one of my best buddies. He's one of my best buddies. Loved him a lot. He would have been pretty stoked about last night, huh?
Man the rear with the gear.
Minerals pay the bills. Mine more. Minerals don't grow on trees.
FPV ready. Roger.
Kinda low on the minerals there, huh? Still some supply depots. Don't be like
Yo, Rizzy, what's up, what's up? A lot of my best commentating highlights over the years are with him as well. We basically ran WCS together for like the final year or two. Oh yeah, someone in Twitch chat was asking, just talking about Jeff, how he misses him. He was hysterical. Are the plots from Seattle? No, I think they're from Kansas. I think they're from Kansas. I'm not from Seattle. You guys know that, right? I'm from all over.
Man the rear.
But yeah, he was from Washington. He was a big Seahawks fan. Roddy and I were talking last night, but it was funny because the one time that we got to go see a Seahawks game with Jeff, it was me, him, and Roddy, and we watched the Seahawks beat the Rams in their first ever game in LA, 12-9, and it was only field goals the whole entire game. And Jeff was giving Roddy shit because he's like, well, soccer fans, you guys love these low scoring games, huh? You guys only ever have like 2 points in a whole 90-minute match. Some fun. It was fun. It was so hot that day. That's all I think about. Let's think about how hot it was. That's the only reason I own a Rams hat. It's because it was so fucking... It was like 90 degrees out and there's no cover at that stadium. So I just literally went and bought a Rams hat just so I wouldn't melt through my head. It was a great day. and then it was like $600 to get an Uber out of there. So we just kept walking until it got down to like 50, so we could get the hell out. And then Roddy and I gave up, and we actually just went into a random Buffalo Wild Wings in the middle of whatever part of Hollywood we were in. We just had chicken wings and just said we're just gonna wait for enough people to leave before we go home. It's good times.
You're gonna need more gas. Not enough Vespine gas. Fix that. You don't have enough Vespine gas.
Yeah, it's one of my best. It's one of my favorite memories. One of my favorite memories with those guys. You know, StarCraft is great, but it's really the people that I've met through the game that have made it what it is, you know? I'm not going to spend the rest of my life thinking about all the ladder games I've played. I'm going to think about shit like that. Going to think about how we all went and watched the Stanley Cup together at Kevin's ex's place. And we all just, we brought a big ass case of Coors and got nachos, and it was just the three of us just sitting there. We had a good time. We watched the hockey championships. We watched some football. We had a good little stint out there. There were only so many times Kevin was in town when Jeff was in town, because he ended up going back to Europe, and then it was just me and Jeff for a bit. But we got into some shenanigans. We had some fun. I had Jeff over my place for the Super Bowl one year. Might have been 2017. I think I made sangria. I made my own sangria. And we played Smash Bros. It's a good time. It's a good time. I think about him a lot. Okay, this guy looks like he is going to try and push me to charge lots. I don't know. How am I going to get like enough here? Am I going to get exactly what I need? He's ready. He's not even going to let me have my natural. He's got that 6-minute timing. He's got that 6-minute timing down pat. All right, GG. Yeah, just a 2-base blink all in. Red or white wine sangria? I said apples, man. Apples. Red sangria. Oh my gosh. Do you even know me? Do you even know me? You think I drink white wine? If I'm having a sparkling alcoholic beverage, it's gonna be champagne or bust. But if you think I'm out here slurping, what are white wines anyway? Oh my god, it's always some super fruity sounding. You know, I'm a Cabernet Merlot. I'll do champagne if you're buying. I'll drink champagne, but I'm not picking up a bunch of those. They're like not even like that fizzy. They just taste like gasoline. No thanks, man. No thanks. Hell no. It's tough out here, though. It's tough trying to do that clip farming. That's like our second game in a row, right? We get the gateway. Yeah, he did go. I knew he went Cyber first, right? Just straight to 4-gate, 5-gate, 5-gate prism bust. 2 games in a row. So if I want to do something fun or interesting, I'm probably going to die to the all-in. So what do you guys think? Like, if I rematch him, I just battle cruiser rush and just like base trade like I did the other Terran player and just see what happens? Just hope he controls the base trade poorly enough. But it's very clear if I rematch him again, he's not going to build a third. So at some point, I gotta stop expecting him. to calm down. All right, we got another Zerg player. I think I crushed this guy earlier, so should be a good one. Let's see. Could try a Liberator build. Go like Hellion Lib, see how that goes. The base trades are very entertaining. Yeah, that's like, you know, in a worst case scenario where somebody was trying to mess with me, the most important thing in that situation is not, you can't control them, right? You can only control how you react. So if I'm in a hopeless game or a game where my opponent is watching or way better than me to the point where like my expertise and opinions are no longer like a factor in the match, I need to give myself like an out, right? Like an escape hatch sort of thing. And that's the BC YOLO is that in many ways. It's like one of my favorite things about the Battlecruiser YOLO is that it ends the game. It ends the game, and sometimes I win when I don't think I'll win. Sometimes I just say the game is hopeless, I'm just gonna yeet it, and then I win the game. So it's like the ultimate escape hatch for me to have that. But there's not that many compositions I can play where somebody is just bullying me, keeping me in my base, and more or less trying to make me miserable. There's not a lot of builds where you can easily get out of a situation like that. You have to play like a super technical, like drawn out, like misery inducing situation, and I can't do it. I don't really want to. So just another thing I love about battlecruisers is there's no possible way to box me into my base no matter how much you want to, because I can at any point just fucking send it. And I do. I send it often. You know what the beautiful thing is? While it might seem to maybe come from some sort of toxic fear of people potentially watching what I'm doing while I'm playing against them, I can also say that this mindset will probably just help you in general in your regular games. When you feel like you're in that hopeless situation, you remember that it doesn't really matter, and maybe you're not in as bad of a spot as you think you are, and you should just go for it. Because it does work often. It actually works more than I am proud to admit. I spend so much time bitching about how hard this game is, and then I'll be like, just teleport 3 BCs in. This Terran player is going to attack me, and I'm just going to base trade him no matter what. And I'm over here thinking I'm an idiot. I'm thinking that I'm thinking, I'm like, man, this guy's talking out of his ass. But then what happens? I kill him. I actually just win the game because it didn't matter anymore. It didn't matter if I was better than Kakarot. It didn't matter if I was a Super Saiyan. Something snapped. And that's the beauty. Once you reach that point, then you can hit your potential. Then you can be like me and just have fun doing whatever you want and not worrying about if some guy on the internet's going to judge you because he doesn't like your build order. Yo, Pixel, what's up, what's up? What's up, what's up? How's the day going? We're doing a lot of different builds today. It's been a fun day on the ladder. It's been a good one. Nathan's breaking out the crack pipe builds. He's got a lair, but like, what is he doing with it, right?
Supply depots are great. Build more or die. Supply depot research has concluded. Kinda low on the minerals there, huh?
What's going on?
Minerals don't grow on trees, you know. Minerals pay the bills. Mine more. Not enough minerals.
I said my compounds would take you places. I never said they'd be places you wanted to go.
Got freedom? Ah, Commander.
Kinda low on the minerals there, huh? Minerals pay the bills. Mine more.
Yeah, I'm just doing me. If I'm only gonna stream for a few hours, I don't really have to worry about my wrists for just doing a couple games of bio either. Alright? I got you.
Minerals don't grow on trees. Kinda low on the minerals. Minerals don't grow on trees.
We reach liberation.
Armed and ready.
Ah, Commander. Need something
Oh shit.
Research is ready. Can't build there.
How can we help? Easy.
Add-on spinning. Add-on done. Swap away. Four things all in. Completed that mineral field.
Need something liberated? Perfect.
You've mined out some of your minerals. Mined out a mineral. You've completed that mineral field. Good thing you upgrade complete. You've mined out some of your minerals. Mined out a mineral. Good thing you got more of them, right?
Attention!
You've mined out some of your minerals.
Reporting. We're returning fire!
Been waiting.
You've depleted that mineral field.
We have you on screen. Freedom?
Research complete. Not enough energy. Mined out some of
Yeah, look at that. We got him to build corruptors. Hell yeah. Just need more racks, right? That's pretty much it.
Transformations.
Ready for dust off.
You don't have enough Vespine gas.
What's up?
Upgrade ready. Ready for SCVs are being liberated in the worst way. Additional supply depots required.
We're just gonna see if we can do it with nothing but Marines, baby. So as many Mariners as we can get.
Minerals don't grow on trees, you know.
Been waiting on you.
Kinda low on the minerals there, huh?
This better. What?
Not enough minerals.
Want a piece of me, boy?
Command center.
Gateway. Coming.
Take that mineral field.
This better be good.
Still don't have enough racks. Damn.
You mined out a mineral field. Good thing you've got more of those, right? Minerals pay the bills. You've depleted that mineral field.
Crazy. Crazy.
Energy's too low to use. Mined out some of your minerals. Poor thing, her CVs didn't sign up to the fight. You've depleted that mineral field. Kinda low on the mineral. You mined out a mineral field. Good thing you've got more of those. Right? Your SCV.
Hey, nothing but Marines is not very good, but it is fun. Hold it there. Yes. Not too bad. I mean, I don't know if we're gonna win this game. I don't think we will, because again, money, but this is pretty fun, huh? Yeah, I think that's game. GG. That was a really fun game. Such a brute force way to win. Well done. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Hey, I'm just glad you guys enjoy watching the match. That's what I'm here for. That's what I'm here for. He played like really defensively and never attacked me at almost any point. But I think that's because I was able to put such good pressure on, you know? He really had to respect me to get that dub. So I'm just getting my next auto battle going here. Probably just gonna play 1 or 2 more games tonight so I can get some editing work done. One moment. There we go. Let's do those guys. Perfect. Nice. Okay, let's go next. Yeah, see, that guy was like way better than me too. What's my peak MMR? 5.7K. Back when there were more people playing the game. Back when I was a tryhard, when I was like 27, 28 years old. But I was only a competitive StarCraft player in like my early 20s. Thanks for the follows. Appreciate it, guys. He's a random player. He's random. Let's go command center first. How about that? I'll just play like crazy greedy bio build. This way we don't have to think about it. Yeah, if I hadn't forgotten my +3 attack, I might have won that game.
What's going on? Huh?
Oh, he's a proton. He's a proton. You think it's cheesy when people play random and don't tell their race? I mean, the reason why you play random is for the advantage, right? Like, if you actually just wanted to randomly play without having an advantage, you would just pick your race before the game somehow, right? Even if you were doing that randomly, you could randomize that process. But playing random in game is because you don't want the other person to know who you are. So I don't really expect any of them to tell me what they are.
Minerals don't grow on trees, you know. Not in
You got to keep in mind, a lot of the random players like to circle jerk that they have to know like 9 matchups or whatever, even though they cheese in 99% of them. So. Thank you. Thanks for the follows, guys. Appreciate it. Kills me that people think you go random and should tell your race. Yeah, exactly. You've been flamed for it? Oh yeah, I mean, again, there's no shortage of man-children on the internet that'll tell you that you should live your life the way they think, you know? You'll never run out of those. Dude, I had a guy like just the other day. I had another guy all in me fail, and then he proceeded to build 8 hatcheries all over the corners of the map, like just to try and waste my time, you know? Like, if you try to seek logic and behavior like that, you'll just, you know, you'll be looking forever and you'll never get anywhere. It comes from a dark place, man, when people take their feelings out on each other. But again, StarCraft is a very isolating game. It's a very isolating game, so you're far more likely to run into somebody who doesn't play well with others playing this game than you are virtually anything else. That's the thing that people who hate team games don't tell you. Team games are not just full of horrible people, guys. I've been Honor 5 4 years straight, baby. Don't at me. Honor 5 gang, where we at? But yeah, StarCraft is a great game. It draws the kinds of people that make a hobby like their whole personality in life. That's all. You just got to be ready to run into those people. I'm not even saying that they're bad or wrong for it. It's just like that, you know? You're never going to join a casual fan club of this game. You're not going to join a casual. It's people. Everybody takes this shit seriously. In many ways, it's also endearing, but you know, you just gotta. It's something that's important to have an awareness of.
Minerals pay the bills. Mine more.
But if you really do want like the best possible like solo challenge of a game, there is nothing better than StarCraft 2. That's for sure. If you want to push yourself, if you really want to push yourself, mano y mano. If you want to get down to the darkness of all your coping, all your internal defense mechanisms, if you want to break your walls down, this game will help you break your walls down. But people, you know, they also get really vulnerable when you try to speak for them and talk about why they do stuff. You know, they get self-conscious. Sometimes they know they're doing something a little bit silly. It's like the barcodes. There's a million things people will tell you to justify why they barcode or do this or that. But at the end of the day, you know, it boils down to one thing. You want easier games. I don't want people to know who I am. Yeah, you don't want people to be able to act predictively in your games based on the things that you do. Damn. He was beyond ready for that. GG. Let's go next. The nice thing is, the more I play bio, the more MMR I'll lose, and wider range of opponents we'll get. So there are some advantages. There are some advantages to doing this as well. Eventually, we'll lose enough to play against people we can beat with bio, and then that's where the fun begins. That's where the fun begins. Nice ob snipe. Thank you, thank you. Euthermal is a different species. Yeah, well, I mean, Euthermal is like literally a professional player, right? He got like salaried to compete and stuff. One of the reasons why Euthermal is so good at the game and why his videos are so good and why he can do all that crazy shit is because he has literally been like, he's literally been at that point where he's like better than everybody else. I left the game before he could. I dodged before he could this time, guys. How many times am I gonna get put against him? He hasn't played in 3 days. He logged on to leave like 5 games in a row so far. I'm gonna try to press find match when he's in a game so I don't get him again. I don't want him to boost my MMR that much because then it's gonna be really hard for me to win any games. Yeah, I don't, yeah, exactly. I'm like, oh, this guy wants to make sure I don't get to have any fun today, huh? If I get matched against him, I'll just leave before he does, if that's what it takes. I'm Mr. Incredible, baby. Yeah, I've got time. Oh, we've almost got the stream to 3 hours. That's my goal for today. We're almost there, so even if we can't get any other games, like I said, I have a nice backlog of stuff to look over for making some guides anyway. Always get greedy and want to play a few more games, but all right, looks like a TVT. Guy asked you to rock, paper, scissors once for your ladder game. That's incredible. There used to be a guy called the Riddler that would he would just ask you a riddle at the beginning of the game, and if you got it correctly, he would just leave. That was like old school. That was like back when people who stream sniped used to be funny. Alright, I don't think we're getting proxied this game. People used to have like bits, you know? People used to like, you know, they used to understand that there was like a show part of it too. It wasn't just about like playing the game, you know what I mean? It's always been like the hardest part of the process to impart. Yo, Epic Pandora, good to see you, man. How am I? I'm alright. Today's hangover day from the Seahawks taking it all. I was at the brewery with Katie last night. Everybody was electric. It was a pretty sweet time. And you know, look at that, Sam Darnold. He left the East Coast. He went to the Pacific Northwest, and he found his passion. And he crushed it. And you know, I did the same thing. It's incredible.
Command Center 2.0 ready to
Yeah, I'm still like applying for every community and content position I see go up, and just been doing my YouTube thing the last few months. It's been blowing up in a really nice way, so that's been the biggest thing. It's been the biggest thing. It's taken a load of stress off on the streaming front of things. Thankfully, the based gods that watch YouTube videos seem to enjoy my StarCraft highlights when I'm having fun and doing shenanigans. So I've just been doing that. I got like 2 or 3 up yesterday. I got, I think, 2 scheduled that went live this morning as well. You thought I was an Eagles fan? Only thing about me from Pennsylvania is my diploma. That's about it. Do you think the FPS StarCraft game will be real? I hope so. I'll take anything, man. We need something for people to get excited about. We need something. The fake AFK build got you back into the game? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Dude, Harstom's a funny guy too. Harstom makes lots of really good content that isn't just balance whining. He's pretty fantastic. It's like Harstom, Euthermal, and Loco carrying the casual scene. Well, I guess Winter as well. And Lag TV, I mean, they still put stuff out. They're great. There's a lot of good casual stuff. Like a Helldivers game? Oh, dude, that would be sweet. That would be sick. Huh? I didn't even how did his Liberator get so hurt? I didn't even see what happened there. No, I'm a Jets fan. I was born in New York. My dad just didn't want us to go to Brooklyn public school, so that's why we moved. That's why we were in PA. Whoop. What do I think about another content creator? I don't really give my opinions to questions like that. Thank you for asking, though. I don't really know who everybody is. You guys know I don't like interacting with most StarCraft people because they take the game way too seriously. So I exist on the outside of the StarCraft community, but I do appreciate your interest and my opinions on other people. I think anybody that takes the time and spends their energy trying to create positive, encouraging, or entertaining, or interesting content for the game, and they don't push divisiveness or tribalism or hatred, I think all of those people are fantastic. And I think anybody who intentionally stirs this pot just to make people angry at each other so that they can make a few bucks, I think those people are, well, they're just gone darn diddly the worst, huh, aren't they? Remember you wearing green NFL swag is all? Hell yeah. Yeah, I'm married into Seahawks fanhood. Tell you my father-in-law's jazzed AF. We're just trying to buy some time for them BCs, baby. That's it. That is it. Well, we've got the 3 battle cruisers on the way. It's just a question of how much time it takes him to do what he needs to do while we try and get there. It's a matter of time now. Here we go! Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh. Should probably just go back to this spot, huh?
Energy's too low to do that.
Oh yeah, the Mariners thing. Yeah, they were all pretty hopeful about that. That's for sure. That's definitely true.
Command centers, energy's too low to do that. Not enough energy.
It's getting late. Have a nice night, Pixel. Appreciate you. Thanks for swinging by, dog. What a game. What a game. I definitely lost like probably too many BCs during that fight. But at the same time, I also probably would have died if I didn't fight him, right? If I just let him kill me, I might have died if I let him kill me. So it's just one of those tough situations. You can teleport backwards, but if they're at your base, you can't. You know, you still need to stop them from killing your base. It's the hard part. Yeah, I'm not worried about one Cyclone. He'll build some more. Send some more at some point. We got something going here. I'm cooking a little. Hell yeah, brother. Let's do it. Let's see if I can win this game with 3 BCs as well. What a fun game, huh? We're pushing this guy to his limit. Let's see if I can zone out the Vikings here and get a few more BCs out. I've got gas actually, so I really do just need minerals. Oh, we've got 1 in production. That's nice. What a game, huh? What a game. Nice. Damn.
You didn't build your base just for it to get blown up, did you?
I might not be able to get this one, boys. GG. That was a tough game. That was a tough game. All right, let's play one more. Let's do one more game tonight. I think we just hit 3 hours, so I had some fun tonight. We're getting some tough matchups, right? I've got some editing I'm gonna spend the rest of my evening doing, but I will try to play one more game. Maybe we'll get another Protoss we can proxy Thor drop if we're lucky. All right, we got a Protoss. That's what we're gonna do, baby.
Kinda low on the mineral. It's time.
Hunter Seeker for those Vikings, dude. I wish Seeker Missile was still in the game, bro.
Minerals pay
Dude, Terran versus Terran would be completely different if we still had Seeker Missile. That was like the best matchup for it by far.
Yeah, whatever.
minerals don't grow on.
It's been like 10 years, right? It's been like 10 years since we've had Seeker Missile, huh?
Move it.
Did I have McDonald's today? No. Like I said, we had we made a little cheddar on toast. We made a little cheddar on toast with little vegetable, little tomato soup dip. You thought he was a GM? Yeah, I don't know. A lot of the people that I play against, even if they're like way better than me, a lot of them still play unranked. So when you see the Grandmaster border on them and then you don't see it after the game, sometimes that's just because they're playing unranked. So it'll show you their ranked border in the loading screen, but it won't show you it won't show it to you in the post game because they're not actually playing ranked. That's just like one of the ways to tell, basically.
Not enough minerals.
Big job, huh? Go ahead. In the rear with the gear. What's going on?
Man, somebody's got some new toys.
I'll take the Zealot.
You're the Reaper, man. Got something from
We'll build it at home.
Your base is getting blasted.
be ready.
Your add-on is complete.
Got something for me to kill. That's what I play. Ready. The Grim Reaper has arrived.
Aw, he's one basing too. I have the worst luck, huh? Damn. All right, GG. Yeah, man, some people are really quick about sniffing those proxies out. I think sometimes I try to do these strategies because they can be really hilarious for people to watch. But this is like, you know, this is why we do what we do nowadays. When you're trying to do meme builds at a very high level, a lot of the people I play against are just too good to lose to that kind of stuff. So it's very funny to do like proxy Thor drop, but you guys can see there's not really anything I can do to like force it to work. Do you know what I mean? Like when he kills the SCV building the starport or kills the tech lab. These are just things that you can't really predict. You know, you can't account for them in a strategy. And it's why I don't do that stuff super often. But I hope you guys enjoyed watching me play some Bio today. I had a lot of fun doing that. I think like the TVZ we played with the Mass Marine was maybe my favorite game we've played today. So I'm gonna go do some editing. I'm gonna work on some clips and get some shorts ready for tomorrow. But thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I really appreciate it, and thank you everybody who took the time to say something nice in the chat. I don't forget it. I'll be back on tomorrow, and I hope to see you there. Have a great night, guys.